have 2 games. That's wild. All right, here we go. We're down to the Final Four. Both games rematches from Week 6, 3:05 Eastern. Bucs at Packers. Brady v. Rodgers for the NFC title. And then the AFC champ will be crowned in Kansas City. The Bills trying to stop the Chiefs from heading to a second straight Super Bowl. All right, so let's give you a little primer on that game in Kansas City in the walkthrough. Starting with the champs side of things, and, you know, the big news, Patrick Mahomes, he's gonna play. The Chiefs quarterback out of concussion protocol and will start tomorrow against the Bills. He broke the news himself yesterday afternoon. Jeezy, he's symptom-free and took most of the snaps in practice this week, so nothing to worry about with the reigning Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yes, sources confirm what Patrick Mahomes said at the podium. He is off the injury report. He's cleared from head to almost toe. That's what I tweeted out yesterday. Now, he doesn't have any injury designation for the game, but the toe is still something to keep an eye on here and something that the Chiefs have been monitoring and something that affected him a little bit, at least in the last game, as far as his footwork was concerned with some throws after he was on the sideline, and you could see he was sore. So keep an eye on that. And I get it. He's not on the injury report, so you think, boy, he's completely healthy. Well, go see what Drew Brees' wife just put up about all the things that he played through, and he wasn't on the injury report. So just because you're not on it doesn't mean you're completely healthy. Keep an eye on the toe. But as for the head, he never had a concussion. That is the belief. He's out of the protocol. He's cleared to go.
All right, so all eyes on that toe tomorrow. How about this? Let's go to the Bills side. And Buffalo back in the AFC title game for the first time since '93. So the biggest reason for their 8-game winning streak, well, I guess that would be Josh Allen and their second-ranked offense, but their second-ranked scoring offense. But Mike Robb, in the playoffs, it's been a little bit of a different story. Their defense is cleaning up, stealing the show, allowing 13 points a game.
Yes, they have been. This Buffalo Bills defense has been balling. They've been on fire, and I'm so glad Jeezy gave that awesome report on Patrick Mahomes, because if Patrick Mahomes is playing in this game, which he is, you gotta defend them a lot differently. In that first matchup, Week 6, they played a lot of cover 2 safeties, right? 2 safeties high. It's not a lot of guys in the box to stop the run. That led to Kansas City rushing for 244 yards, almost 200 of those yards against light boxes, meaning the Buffalo Bills defense did not have enough guys in the box to stop the run. Now with Patrick Mahomes playing, they're going to have to pick their spots when they play their cover 2, but they cannot let the Kansas City Chiefs run in a straight line to the goal line just by handing the ball off to their running backs.
What will Sean McDermott do against his old pal Andy Reid? We shall see. Over in the NFC, let's go to those games. Bucs, Packers, and Tampa Bay just 1 win away from their first Super Bowl appearance since 2002. And stop me if you've heard this before. They'd be the first to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium since ever. Tom Brady's sensational season, it's continued into the playoffs. 44 touchdowns to just 12 picks. D-Hall, what's the kind of mindset that you're expecting from Tampa Bay, a team that's won 6 in a row?
Yeah, well, you know what, Colleen? This defense has to erase what happened in Week 6. They had a lot of success against Green Bay. They sacked Aaron Rodgers. They were able to even turn him over and turn some of those interceptions into touchdowns. But what does Todd Bowles do now, right? You got to erase that game plan, and this has to be a new game plan by this Tampa Bay defense. They were faster, way more physical than Green Bay. So can they continue that? I can't wait to watch this football game, because some things they can lean on, some things they can't. This almost feels like a division game, right, guys? They played Tampa, or Tampa played Green Bay at home. Now they have to travel to Lambeau, but a whole lot more is on the line than just a division title here. This is for everything to go to the Super Bowl, so can't wait to see that.
D-Hall, you're so right in that. And in that game, the Bucs didn't have a turnover, a penalty, or allow a sack. We'll see how things turn around this time now that they're in the playoffs. So let's go to the Packers here. Back in the NFC Championship for the second straight season, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, the highest scoring team in the league, and that's helped them to 7 straight wins. So Mike Robb, no surprise, but you want to focus on the likely MVP.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, man. Look, I regard this guy as one of the, tremendous arm talents in the National Football League. He's been that for a while. He was the precursor to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and guys like that. but he only got one Super Bowl after the 2010 season. I need to see more out of Aaron Rodgers. For him to, in my opinion, for him to take that next step to greatness, I need to see another Super Bowl, the ultimate team sport in football, the ultimate team award. Yeah, you throw for all these yards and touchdowns, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, but only 1 interception, Aaron Rodgers. I need more out of you, bro. You got a lot more potential than that.
I think we've all been waiting to see that. So hopefully that is what goes down tomorrow. We shall see. All this Packers talk, you know what? I kind of feel like going out to Lambeau Field. So let's do it because we have reporters standing by. Of course we do. A beautiful January morning in Green Bay. The high temperature today, right around 20 degrees. Not bad, says the girl sitting in Los Angeles. James Palmer and Stacey Dales ready to rock the weather. Let's get out to them right now. James, I'm going to start with you. James is with the Bucs. Stace is with the Packers. Good morning, guys. Looking great out there. So, James, why don't you start us off with Tampa Bay's side of things?
Yeah, let's start off with it's not 20 degrees, Colleen. Let's start off with it's 6 right now. All right, let's just throw that out there right on the bat here. Well, I'm going to go with what D-Hall was talking about, though, and I'm talking about this Bucs defense and the way they have to defend the play-action pass that Aaron Rodgers operates. Bruce Arians told me this week that is their biggest challenge in this game. He said there's nobody that manipulates teams with their eyes better than Aaron Rodgers. He said Patrick Mahomes may do it, but Rodgers invented it. And the good thing is, this Bucs defense is very good against the play action this season. And the reason why is Levante David told me their preparation, how they go about their business with getting pointers and details and little keys from their coaching staff that everybody in that secondary and the linebackers go back home and study it while they're there. But this is a big aspect of this game to keep an eye on. Now let's go to Stacey Dales with the Packers.
Well, I'm glad you so aptly mentioned it's 6 degrees, James, because it's really cold this morning. We're actually going to get a winter advisory overnight from midnight till noon tomorrow, so plenty of snow, but should be cleared by kickoff. Temperatures moving up into the 20s, so much warmer tomorrow. Good news for the Bucs that are incoming. As for this Packers team, you can't drum up a better matchup, you guys. When you have Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, I asked Aaron Rodgers about facing Brady this weekend. He said, yeah, it's a special moment. Been a fan of Tommy's, he said, all his life in terms of what Tom Brady has accomplished. That being said, the message this week for the Green Bay Packers, you guys alluded to that NFC Championship loss last year, is very simple. Mercedes Lewis, one of the biggest leaders on this team at the tight end position. This game means nothing if you don't win it and get to the Super Bowl. They are extremely focused, very businesslike, and at the end of the day, you guys, as I throw it back to you, one thing I can tell you, they have a lot of confidence, not just because of their offense, but because their defense is markedly improved. So Darius Smith told us yesterday, guys, they went back and watched that NFC Championship game when the San Francisco 49ers ran all over them. They watched it yesterday, left a pretty bad taste in their mouth heading into this weekend.
I saw your tweet, Stacey, of Zadarius Smith. That might pop up a little later in the show. Awesome job by you guys both. We're going to come back out there, so go get warm, get comfortable. It's going to be an awesome day down there, and, of course, tomorrow as well. So let's dig into this game a little bit here because D'Angelo Antonio Brown, he is out of this game, obviously, with that knee injury. So how much do you think that will impact the Bucs offense?
You know what? Anytime a great player like Antonio Brown isn't on the football field, other teams are going to take notice, right? You're not going to be as good as you normally would be. But just think about this Tampa receiving core, right? You got Scotty Miller, who was making a lot of plays before AB actually came in there. He's probably their speed guy. Cameron Brate has made a lot of plays at the tight end position for this team. And last week we saw Tyler Johnson probably make some of the best catch, I think, in that football game for a guy to come off the bench and have that kind of timing with Tom Brady and throw that football back shoulder. I mean, just a perfect catch. I mean, the kid can play football. We knew that already. And so, with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they have enough receivers to still pose a lot of threats to Green Bay's defensive secondary.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that secondary because I think it's a matchup of two secondaries not going against each other, but the opposing passing games in this game. And I look at the Packers secondary. Now, Kevin King is questionable after missing practice with a back injury. Matt LaFleur